just out of the reach of Michaela James. It's 2-1 Trine. Kiss Melody will serve. It's to be an illegal hit. Point to Trine. Here we go. Milky with the serve.
Trying to serve
Just out of the reach of Michaela James. Michaela James.
Risky on the outside first, but it's the back save by Bashir Silvero. All the way across. Hits it in. James couldn't save it. It's 4-1 to Trine here early in the second set.
It's to be an illegal hit. Point to Trine.
Plays it over. Bashir's hits it bench. Save. Phillips it across. Great play by Phillips. Somehow managed to save that.
T1. Titus. Try to go for a spike. Hits the net. Point to Great Lakes. 9-5 ball game we got here. Great Lakes crowd trying to amp them up. Little with the point.
Our audio stream is. All you hear is basically static. So we had these problems on this channel. It's not always like this.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Doty Center. We apologize for any issues with the broadcast or the broadcast audio. We believe these to be resolved now. We're here in the second set. Great Lakes Christian College trailing the Thunder, Trine University's JV squad. 13-11 here in the second set after dropping the first set 25-17. James Goldblessing and his partner Ezra Beckwith. We are set to go here. Service from Manny Phillips. James sets it up for Alicia Snyder into the middle and a great finish. And the Lakes have cut the lead to 1.
Nice hit by Snyder. They're hanging tough. They're trying to stay in it.
We're here in the second set. Great Lakes College.
One thing, the lack of height for Great Lakes. Not saying that Trine has a lot of size, but gotta have plays like that.
Taylor James serves it and connects, and Trine will keep it going. skip the block.
What
Nice
a
play by
save.
Risley to get it all the way back over. James into the middle and a great finish. The Lakes one score.
Great Lakes tried to answer, stayed right in it, took the volley.
Well, you can't Great Lakes Christian College
The lack
trailing
of
the
height,
Thunder.
Great Lakes,
Lakes
there's
not trying to
a lot of
use
size,
size,
but like what a save.
Back over. And the Lucas plays it back up to the side. Middle and a great finish. The Lakes are all the way over, and Schneider plays it in deep. The Shears can't handle it. And the Lakes have cut the lead.
Perfect
1.
placement.
Timeout called by the Thunder.
Trine was up on the net. Great Lakes put it right where they couldn't get it. That's the thing, Great Lakes are staying in it right now. They're gaining experience as this game goes on. And I know that sounds weird, but it's really true. You got to take each game, each series, each set, and learn from it. Because at some point, this is going to be a very, very successful program. It's just got to get there.
14-13 here in the second set.
The Great Lakes crowd trying to get into it now.
Well, they always have.
Alicia Schneider getting ready to serve.
Doty Center getting loud now. Schneider to serve, trying to tie this up. And it goes out on the far side, and the Lakes have tied it at 14.
There we go.
Lakes trying to win their first set of the season.
Neck and neck ball game here.
Schneider will serve. Bashirs plays it out to the right. Picked up by, Fowler. Only just wide of the line on the near side.
It's the thing, Great Lakes going to have those things go their way.
Melky was able to get it back over, and Fowler nearly able to tip it down.
Yep.
Thunder take the lead once again. 15-14.
It's like Trine found a wet spot on their side. Wiping that off with a towel. Bashir's laughing that one off.
The Lakes have put together a pretty inspired performance so far today. They've scored 30 points in this game, already the most that they've scored in a single match all season, and that serves into the net for Bashirs, and we're tied again.
Great Lakes right where they need to be.
Correction, make that 32 points that they've scored in this match so far. Still a season high up to this point.
Rebecca Risley getting ready to serve.
Risley will serve for the lead. Yes!
And they'll get it. Folks, that's a big deal.
Service again. Annie Phillips. All the way back in across. James tries to play it out to Risley, and it goes out over the sideline.
Miscommunication on the hit by Little. Great Lakes didn't know what to do. Trine has a lot of energy right now.
Risley
on the hit.
Plays it back over into the middle. It's a good play and a good dig. Lakes respond with a dig of their own. James plays it back over. Little into the net. Lakes lead.
Trine, they've been riding Little a little bit lately.
17-16. Lakes in front, trying to take their first set of the season. Monroe serves into the backcourt. Bashirs plays it up, and we have a whistle. Net interference on Great Lakes, and it's tied at 17 now.
Can't have mistakes like that, especially in this set. They're gonna have to be smart.
Carolyn Hipskind will serve for the Thunder. We're tied at 17.
Now that's a name.
Hipskind plays it over. Risley tries to dig it out, but is unsuccessful. 18-17. Now they're calling for a towel on the Great Lakes side.
It's the second time in this set that that's happened. First it was Trine, now it's Great Lakes.
18-17. Trine with the lead and the serve.
The crowd giving Casey Monroe an applause after that wipe with the towel. Breaking the ice a little bit.
Carolyn Hipskind to serve again. That's out on the far sideline. And we're tied up again. Alicia Snyder will check into the game, replacing Kelly Rundle.
Fowler with a big serve here. Here it comes.
Important serve coming up here. Tied up late in the second. Fowler lets it go, and then, Bashir's lets Fowler's serve go out on the near side, and the Thunder take the lead once again.
Smart play by Bashir's. That was pretty close. Got
Rachel Little to serve. And she serves it. It's in. Ball hits the back line and stays.
Just barely.
The Lions have been kind to the Thunder in the second set. They lead this one by 2.
Good call by the line judge. Little on the serve. Went off her hand a little awkwardly.
Little missed that one on the near sideline. Lakes trail 20-19 now. Sabri checks in for Adriana James. Sabri, Fowler, Monroe, Risley, James, and Schneider. Sabri with the serve. Played up by Cartjay. All the way across. And that's Milky, who buries it.
Milky just rising above everybody to put that away.
21-19 the score now. Phillips on to serve. Service from Phillips, and a little bit of miscommunication between Fowler and Sabri on the back line. They were unable to play it, and it's a point to the Thunder. And Sasha Lockwood wants a timeout.
Smart timeout here. Don't let it get out of hand. You want to stay close, stay right with them. Can't have miscommunication out here. It's key, especially against a team that you know has maybe even a little bit more experience than you do. Can't have slip-ups. Got to be right with them, especially when you're trying to stay in the game. Coach Lockwood doing a great job. Trine just seems to have all that energy, and they're ready to play.
Annie Phillips, the 5'8" sophomore, will serve for the Thunder. Risley. James. Schneider plays it over. Picked up by Bashirs. Little. Titus. Saved by Sabri, and she couldn't keep it in. Point to Trine. 23-19 here in the second.
Those balls just barely going out, but it's costly. Those inches.
Little with the serve. Monroe with the dig. James. Back over. Little sets it up. Wants Melky, and she scores.
Melky just fooling everybody. Put it where nobody else on Great Lakes could get it, just barely over the front of the net.
Game point for the Thunder. Phillips to serve. Fowler. Risley tries to set it up. James gets it over and pushes it out, and the Thunder will take set 2.
Well, Great Lakes was right in it, but it just couldn't stay in it. Had 19, couldn't gain on them. there has been improvement, getting a lot better, more experience.
Trying to go on a 6-0 run down the stretch.
Wow, it was 19-19. So that's the thing I refer back to a lot, but the experience thing, getting tight ball games like that, got to find a way to not make mistakes, put some points on the board.
Well, the Lakes in 2 consecutive sets have set season highs for points scored. 17 in the first, 19 in the second.
Progress is being made.
Well, you can see the improvement from match to match, really. They're doing so much better than they were even doing a couple of weeks ago. This has been a good sight to see for a program that's really trying to get off the ground. And to see a good competitive match with this Trine team today is good. And don't forget, they will be playing them again tomorrow. They'll be heading out to Angola, Indiana to take on the Thunder there.
That'll be a great matchup.
So the Lakes will get at least 6 sets with this team over the course of 2 days, hopefully more.
That's great. They're going to need to learn about this team.
First 2 sets were both winnable for Great Lakes. They'd love to take the third and try to turn the tide of this match.
Well, the potential's there. They can stick with these guys and even put them away at some points. It's all about consistency.
All right, well, we have another minute or so before the start of the third set. We'll take a quick break, come right back. Don't go away. This is the Lakes Television Network.
At least you're not going to McDonald's every day. Yeah, I do too.
Welcome back to the Doty Center. Set number 3 between Trine and Great Lakes. Liz Sabri on the serve to open. She puts it into the net, and the Thunder will score first.
See if Great Lakes can get on a little bit of a run here, put on some points. We got Phillips on the serve here. Right off
Sabri
the chest.
misplays that one. And it's 2-0 Trine.
Gonna have to be patient.
James plays this one up for Monroe. Back to James. All the way back over. Phillips. This is Hipskind who plays it in deep. James to Monroe, tries to tip it over. Ball played back. Hipskind has to play it all the way back over. Good dig by Sabri. Monroe to James. Can she get it all the way over? No, she can't.
Too many
rally
hits
from the Lakes, but the Thunder lead at 3-0 now.
So now what Great Lakes wants right now. Gonna have to find an answer for Phillips here.
The sophomore plays it in, and it's wide.
Good call by Fowler. Way to let that go.
Schneider will now serve for the Lakes. They trail 3-1 here in the third set after losing the first 2 sets, 25-17 and 25-19. Serve into Bashirs. Risley tries to put it back over. This is Phillips outside. Melky. Sabri to Monroe. Oh, miscommunication in the middle between Fowler and Schneider. They both wanted it.
That's one thing. You got to learn to communicate with each other.
And that's something that a young team just has to figure out.
Yep.
That's something that takes some time. It's a skill you develop as a team as you progress through a season.
Yep.
Bashirs. Oh, that's a good setup. Oh, that was a good setup. Bashirs to Phillips. Wanted Emma Lucas for the spike, but Lucas mistimed her jump. And the Lakes get a little bit lucky there.
Lucas got really high in the air, just bad timing.
Sabri will check out, as will Schneider. Fowler, James, Rundle, Risley, and Monroe on the floor for the Lakes. Risley will serve. Lakes down 4-2 here in the third. Risley plays it over. Bashirs plays it out into the wing. Titus back across. Lucas plays it over. Rundle. Monroe sets up. Fowler wants the spike. And they missed.
Just too close to the net. It's hard to have a nice hit when you're trying to play the net and the ball.
And that's the thing with the set, especially when you have somebody running in from deep. If it's not perfect, things can go wrong very quickly.
As Bashir serves in, it goes off of Risley towards the sideline. Point to Trine.
Try and score a couple of quick ones. They lead this one 6-2. Bashirs will serve again. Rundle can't save it. And the Thunder leads 7-2.
This has been a problem for Great Lakes.
Call timeout.
Bashir, she's got that downward serve. They have a hard time. They have to figure that out a little bit. It's one thing about Bashir. She sure does laugh a lot. That's important. It's important when you're playing a sport. Have a good time. Enjoy yourself. Keeps the stress and the pressure off of playing.
This is a tune-up for the Thunder, whose season begins on September the 4th when they head out to the Mount Union Invitational, take on Westminster, Pennsylvania.
Be a good test for this team.
Well, it's a good opportunity to get the JV team some run. Give them an opportunity to get some minutes that they might not get during the regular season. Trying a D3 program. They play in the MAIA, and we're actually knocked out of the conference playoffs by eventual D3 champion Calvin College. So, not a bad team to lose to.
Looks like the future's bright as well for Trine. Some good young players.
Oh, that's a great play by Hipskin, but a good save by James, and miscommunication in the middle of the floor. Michaela James played it back into the middle.
Fowler and Adriana James, miscommunication. Can't be having that.
Bashirs with the serve. Risley can't get all of it. It goes out over the back line, and the Thunder are starting to pull away here in the third.
Seems like Bashir's been serving for a long time.
Rundle. Monroe sets it up. Here comes James, and Adriana James puts it into the net. And try and continue their run. They've scored 6 unanswered here in the third and lead it 10-2.
Got to find a way to find an answer where Bashir serves. And also put some points on the board. The ball back in their hands.
Picked up by James. Monroe sets it up for Fowler, and that's blocked down. Nice work by Little and Hipskind to get up and play that ball.
Not a bad hit by Fowler, just nice blocks on Trine's side.
11-2 the score now. Trying to put this thing away. Bashirs, Risley, Monroe able to tip it over. Set up for Titus. Back in the middle now. Monroe sets it up for Fowler, who pushes it into the backcourt. Titus, the setup. Back to Phillips, and Risley can't play it. And the run continues for the Thunder, who have now scored 8 in a row.
Great Lakes got to find an answer here. Got to find a way to get the ball back in their hands, put up a point, get back into the groove of things like they were the first 2 sets.
Bashirs to Risley. Couldn't get all that. Back to Rundle, and James is able to get it back over. Bashirs. Phillips. Rundle sets it up, tried to hit James. And the Lakes are going to call another timeout. The run continues for Trine. They've scored 9 in a row. And they lead this one 13-2 here in the third.
The inexperience of Great Lakes is catching up to them in this set. They're having all kinds of problems with communication, and it's really hurting them in this one. Not having things go their way. It's tough. But what they have to do is they have to look at this as a rebuilding, like they're going to a goal of becoming better as a team and learning. That way when they match up with teams like this, they can compete like they did in the first 2 sets.
Well, the game's not quite over. I mean, you have the opportunity. That's one of the things. There's no clock here. That's one of the things about this game, that you always have that opportunity. But the Lakes need to get something going. They need to get firing. They need to create an opportunity not only to score, but to win the serve back to get the upper hand. Bashirs will serve. Rundle all the way over. Casey Melky, I'm not sure if she actually meant to put that one over the net. Caught the Lakes off guard, at least the front line. And James and Fowler couldn't play it. 14-2.
Bashir's on the serve.
And that one's played away by Risley. She couldn't quite get to that one. Thunder on a roll here in the third. Bashirs to serve again.
Gotta get Bashir's off.
Rundle. James into the middle. Fowler plays it over. Bashirs picks it up. Phillips sets it up for Little. Nice dig by Risley. James. Fowler plays it back over. Loose ball in the middle, and the Lakes are going to get one.
There we go.
The Lakes end the run, and now we'll have the serve.
Get the ball back in their hands, put up a point. Feels good.
Let's see if the Lakes can get something going here.
Casey Monroe on the serve.
Outside, Little. Risley. James all the way across to Fowler, who plays it into the net. That was a good setup all the way across.
Not a bad idea.
Cartjay will check in, replacing Titus.
Stacy Fowler done a very good job today.
Risley. James plays it all the way over. That's a good play. She almost finished it. Just wide of the far sideline, and it's 17-3 Trine.
Just barely, almost a nice play.
Risley. This is James. Plays it all the way back over. Bashirs picks it up. Phillips. That's a great hit down the far sideline. That's a great hit by Rachel Little.
Nice hit by Little.
18-3.
Yeah, the future is looking good for Trine.
Cartjay on the serve. Risley. Plays it all the way over. Set up by Phillips. Here comes Hipskin. And the Lakes can't handle it. It goes into the crowd.
That was a hard tip.
Trine have simply dominated the third set. They lead at 20-3 after 2 sets that were very competitive. Cartjay to serve. And that goes out over the back line, and the Lakes will get the serve back.
Stacy Fowler on the serve. She's done a very good job today.
Fowler. That one's into the net, coming the other way. Casey Monroe sets it up for James. Schneider hits it. That's going to be tipped up. Save. Phillips tries to get it back over. Risley into the net. Schneider saves it. Risley all the way back over. Good play by the Lakes to keep it going. Phillips sets it up. Hip skin, and she buries it. Just buried it in the back.
Hipskin, put it away, man. That's a nice hit.
Hipskin, a 6-foot freshman.
A lot of nice potential for Trine here.
Fowler on the serve, 21-4. Phillips puts it over. James puts it back. And a miscommunication for the Thunder results in another point for the Lakes.
I'm pretty sure that hit Little right in the back of the head. She's laughing it off. I myself thought it was pretty funny. Milky.
And the Thunder score again. It's 22 to 5 now.
Nice hit by Milky. The 5'7" freshman.
Hipskind will serve. Monroe saves it. James to James, who's able to get it over. Good return. Risley, Schneider, loose ball. Monroe puts it straight up. And the Thunder score once again.
23-6 is the score right now. Trine's way. Number 14, Hipskin on the serve.
Hipskin plays it over. James. Monroe. And Snyder's not going to be able to save it. It goes into the crowd. And now the Thunder are looking at match point. Hipskin to serve. Risley. James. Schneider plays it all the way back over. It's out, and that's the match.
They're lining up to shake hands. Not a bad outing by Great Lakes. First two sets were very highly competitive. Only one that was not was the third set.
There's some good things definitely for the Lakes tonight.
Very true.
Scored more points tonight than they've scored all season long. Still a long ways to go.
And that's a big deal. They're gonna look at this as a good experience. And like you said, they're matching up, going to Trine tomorrow. That'll be a good match. So some good things for Great Lakes going right now.
We see an improvement week to week. Obviously, set number 3 is something that they'll be working on. They'll look at the tape and try to get to work on it.
Yep.
All right. Well, that'll just about do it for us. Final score here. Trine University JV take this one over Great Lakes Christian College 3-0, 25-17, 25-19, and 25-5. We will be back with another